Hey guys, so today I want to show you how you can make basic operations between complex numbers in the following form. A plus b times I, which is square root of minus 1. So now, let's suppose we have the following example. Let's say we have 10 plus 2i minus 5, let me write a bit bigger, minus 5 plus 4i. Now, what do you do here? Well, first, what you need to do is to, just as you would normally do in algebra, multiply the negative sign by the parentheses. So you get, once again, 10 plus 2i minus 5 minus 4i. And now you just simply operate between these terms as you would normally do if I was x, like in algebra. So what you need to do is, well, we know 10 minus 5, this would be equal to 5. And we know 2i minus 4i, imagine is just simply 2x minus 4x. We know that's negative 2x. In this case, negative 2i minus 2i. And this is our answer. As you can see, it is pretty simple. You're just doing algebra. Let's do this example. Let's say we have 12 plus 20i minus 4i, and that would be just simply 0 plus 4i, but I'm just going to write it as 4i, okay? Yeah, parentheses, why not? So now what do you do here? Well, once again, as you would normally do, you need to multiply the negative sign. So you get minus 4i. Now we know this is 12. 20i minus 4i would give us plus 16i. And this is our answer. Now let's do another one. Let's say maybe a bit longer. So let's say we have 11 plus 17, that's supposed to be a 7, plus 17i minus probably 42 plus 10i. Now once again we need to multiply the sign so we have no issues. We get 11 plus 17i minus 42 minus 10i. Cool. Now we just simply operate between these. So in this case, the real part would give us minus 31. So we would get in here, yeah, probably here. So we get minus 31. And now 17i minus 10i, that gives us 7i. 7i. And we have nothing else. So this is our answer. Now what about when you have a product of a complex number? So let's suppose we have, in this case, we have 12 plus 3i times 2 minus 4i. Now how do you solve this? Well, as you would normally do in algebra, you just simply need to distribute or FOIL each of these numbers. So let's do that. We get 12 times 2. Now we have 12 times minus 4. That gives us minus 4i. That's minus 48i. The I, you just simply multiply it as with the coefficients. And now we have a 3i times 2, so that's plus 6i. And now 3i times negative 4i, in this case we get I squared. Let me show you what happens there. Minus 12i squared. Now in this case, it is very important that you remember that if you have a radical and you're going to square that radical, you're going to get the number that you have inside. So in this case, we know, I'm going to write it in blue so you see it better. So in this case, we know this would give us something like minus 12 times square root of minus 1 squared. And this is going to be equal to minus 12. The square cancels out the radical. So you get minus 12 times minus 1. And this is equal to positive 12. So now let's see how we would get this exercise. So if we keep operating, we would get 24 minus 42i. And now we know this is equal to 12 plus 12. And this is going to be equal to 36 minus 42i. And this is our answer for that product. Another example, let's say we have 2 minus 8i times 9 plus 3i. Now once again, as we did before, we're going to FOIL. So we're going to get 18, then we're going to get plus 6i, then we need to multiply this. In this case, we would get negative 72i. And now we're going to get negative 24i squared. So now we know in this case, 24 minus 24i squared is equal to minus 24 times the square root of negative 1 squared. We know that's just simply negative 1. So this is equal to 24, just this term right here, this one. So let's keep going here. So we would get these two terms. This would give us 66 minus 66 minus 66i. And now this was simply 24 plus 24, and don't forget this 18 plus 18. And this is just simply equal to. Now you could do something, and is that for common notation, we generally write first the real part, then the non-real part. But mathematically, the order doesn't matter. Okay, they will be the same thing. Doesn't matter how you place the terms. So this would give us 42, and this is 42 minus 66i, and this is our answer. So let's say we have 1 plus 2i, and now we're going to multiply this by something a bit bigger. So we're going to have, first of all, 2 plus 3i times negative 2 plus 4i. Okay, so we're multiplying this binomial by the product inside the square brackets. So now let's do it. So for now, I'm just going to focus on the product between the two terms. So I'm going to write here just simply the product. So let's see how it goes. We're going to get negative 4, then plus 8i. Now we're going to get minus 6i. And finally, we're going to get positive 12i squared. Now we know I squared is equal to negative 1. So in this case, we would get negative 12. Negative 12, cool. Now this is the product. Now I'm going to write once again the entire expression. Times. So what can we simplify here? We would get 2i minus 16. So minus 16 plus 2i. Now, once again, we're gonna cross. So we're gonna have minus 16 plus 2i plus minus 32i. And finally, plus 4i squared. We know 4i squared is just simply 4 times negative 1. So this is just simply minus 4. Cool. Now let's see what we can simplify here. In this case, we would simply get, this is going to be equal to minus 20. Minus 20. That's 2i, yeah. That's 2i minus 30i. And this is our answer for this product right there.